welcome to Mad Cow Gaming.
Let's move!
What are we doing here today, Jimmy?
Well, we're going to do kind of like a state of gaming video right now because there's just been so much news coming out with Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox. Everybody is just all up in arms. It's time we address some of these issues. These are our opinions. This is how we feel about these things. It's not your opinion, and that's fine. We're allowed to have different opinions.
So, this video is going to be filled with opinions and actual data.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of research, and anything we have, by the way, will be linked in the description, so you can feel free to check it out. And we will try to splash up on the screen whatever we can as we go.
Okay, well, I mean, the first thing that started all this off was PlayStation removing Studio Canal movies from PlayStation accounts with very little warning and no, not recompense, reimbursement. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Yes.
No, they didn't offer any refunds. So, right here we got from September 1st, 2026. That is when they're going to effectively do all this. And it's not just that they're removing it from the store. They're removing it from your library.
Yes.
Even if you have it downloaded, tough crap. You
will not be able to
watch it. So, I remember years ago, they had a different situation with a different studio. I don't remember exactly what the circumstances are, but they had to remove a bunch of movies, but you could still watch them if I remember. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely remember.
Or is that what you're looking up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I remember you were still able to watch them, given that you had them, you just couldn't rebuy them anymore. So I think that was the catalyst that really started all this crap off. And I don't remember, what was the date that they said they announced that? When it...
I'm
looking here on the article. I don't see a date in which they posted this, but...
well, the article I'm looking at is posted June 29th, so the end of June.
So, okay. That's even... So, and then, not immediately following... But then if you thought that they split the earth with that.
Oh, yeah.
Scorched lava came from down below when on July 1st of 2026, they announced that disc production would cease.
Yes.
And do you know what go ahead.
I believe it's January 1st of 2028. Is that what they said?
When it's actually going to take effect?
Yes.
It's somewhere in 2028 early.
Oh, yeah.
But, so do you know what else they announced on that very same day?
January 2028. What are you referring to? Because
the closure of the PS3 and the Vita store.
Yes.
So, I will say that considering that those systems, that PS3 has got to be close to 20 years old.
It is. I actually think it's 25, I think.
Well, regardless... I don't have a problem with them closing that store. I mean, I completely understand that. It's just baffling that they chose to announce the movie thing, and then a handful of days later, drop 2 more nuggets of trauma for gamers, and it's real classy. Because, did someone up there not think, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this all at once?
No.
Because everyone's going to think we're evil. I mean, they are evil.
I think the Studio Canal thing was unplanned. I think it just happened for them, and the PlayStation 3 will be 20 years old in November.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the Studio Canal was unplanned, but, I mean, they had to do what they had to do. But yes, removing it completely from your library is just too much. But this isn't the first time they've done that.
No, it's not.
They did it back in 2022. The same company, Studio Canal, they pulled content from people in Germany and Austria. So the caveat is that this just affects people in the EU right now.
So The stuff they the stuff they removed in 2022, was that not the same content as?
I believe so. I
just
believe
different
so.
territories.
Yes, it was just in Germany and Austria, and now the stuff that they're going to pull is from the EU, so not North America or anywhere else. It's just in these two regions.
Okay.
You're losing access to this stuff.
If we get anything wrong, feel free to let us know in the comments. So we're gonna move on, but don't worry. We are definitely going to address more of the no disc thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just fits better in certain other things we have to talk about. So we are going to move on to the hot button topic of sales.
Okay.
More specifically, sales percentages. So go ahead and bring up that link I sent you. According to Sony, now I've heard this number go anywhere from like 75 to 85. So we're just going to consolidate it to a nice 80. So, according to Sony, some 80% of their sales were digital. Other media still does physical. Heck, vinyls are still a thing.
Oh, yeah.
You buy vinyls,
I buy vinyls. I only buy things that I like. I don't buy like things that I don't want to listen to.
So, despite all media making more money from digital, physical still has a presence.
Oh, yeah.
Like, now, once we get to the point where we're talking some 95%, oh, okay, sure. That extra 5% isn't going to make a big deal. But when we're talking about... Here, let me click that link. That first link under sales. That's the one you want. So...
That's this graph thing about sales, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4.
Obviously, I am not going to read all through this. I will put up a snippet, a screenshot of it, but feel free if you want to read it in the link below. I would like you to look up in 2025 how many games did Sony sell across the PlayStation 4 and 5, since that's the two active consoles. So, when we're talking the difference of 80 to the 20, the bottom 20%, when I got to imagine they sold hundreds of millions of games.
148.9 million full games across PS4 and PS5. It's the AI overview. Whether that's true or not.
Well,
I mean,
my point is that 20% is still millions of people. Millions upon millions of people. And also, and we also got to operate off the assumption that, so you notice in the wording, anytime they were talking about this, Sony was like, their customers prefer, digital media. That does not mean that someone that gets digital media only wants digital media.
Right.
There are people, and I know some personally, that get both. So, and now what's the numbers difference? I don't know. I didn't look up to that, but
so let me finish reading this overview here.
Feel free.
In the 2025 financial year, Sony Interactive Entertainment sold a total of 148.9 million full games across PS4 and PS5. Digital downloads dominated consumer purchases, representing roughly 72 to 85% of all full game software units sold during this period. This is AI pulling it from a Facebook post, Statistia, another Facebook post. So, I mean, there's some credibility to it.
So take it with a grain of salt is what he's saying.
Right.
But whatever the numbers are, I'd imagine that the sentiment is accurate. I would like to point out, and I just put this here just for extra information. Nintendo was at 54%, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Digital. Which, that link, by the way, is from Nintendo's official site. So,
here.
And there's charts here. They give you all kinds of breakdowns of what sold where, how it sold, what year. And I find that fascinating that Nintendo sold less digital, because I feel like digital is better suited for handheld platforms.
The Switch, yeah.
And you can argue back and forth whether you consider the Switch and Switch 2 handheld or home. It's both. And even when the DS and the 3DS were out, no, I didn't look up the numbers for those, but I feel like digital would have been higher for Nintendo. because
Yes.
it just feels better suited for everything they've done recently. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I am with you there because like we were saying, for a handheld thing, you don't want to have to lug around your cartridges and everything with you. It's easier and more efficient to just have
Sure.
it down. But the other thing is they never made the Switch 2 with any space on it. You would always have to buy another card. You would have to buy an SD card.
I mean, that's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, that is true, but
it's still an inconvenience.
right.
We don't really need to go on about Nintendo. I just wanted to bring that up because I found that number fascinating.
Okay, and you're just talking about sales. You don't want to talk about anything else with Nintendo right now?
Do you have something?
I mean, I do. I was looking around on Facebook, and this article popped up that said Nintendo is discontinuing a popular console forever due to like new laws. I'm like,
What?
Okay. I don't click on those because I know that's clickbait. I know they're not discontinuing any popular console. So I go down in the comments and somebody summarized it. Oh, in March 2027,
Okay.
Nintendo is discontinuing all Nintendo Switch 1 models in Europe due to the legal requirement for replaceable batteries. The batteries in the Nintendo Switch 1 are not replaceable.
So, what was the title?
I don't remember. Something about Nintendo discontinuing a popular console.
While technically true,
Right. That's why I don't click on anything like that. So the Nintendo Switch batteries makes it unusable in some cases, hence why the regulation. Nintendo goes over a list of products that will have their batteries changed to adapt to the current legislations between winter 2026 and 2027. So the Joy-Cons, however, other Nintendo consoles and products will be discontinuing. The Nintendo Entertainment System NES controller for the Nintendo Switch, the Pokemon Go Plus, the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch Lite, the Nintendo Switch OLED, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, the Sega Mega Drive controller, the Super Nintendo controller. So anything that runs on a battery that they made specifically for the Switch, they're going to discontinue any production of in Europe.
So I have two thoughts / questions. Why just Europe?
Because it's a European law that Europe actually has a right to repair law.
And you can't. You said you can't
cannot repair. You cannot replace the batteries in the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, but it's not like they're gonna. Was this a new law? Because it's not like the Switch is brand new over there.
I believe it is fairly new.
Oh, so they're retroactively.
Well, I mean, it's starting to affect so it's a newer law, so it's coming into effect. So now that you can't do it, they're not going to change how they make the Switch, so that you can do this. So they're just going to stop making the Switch.
Okay. Wow, that's wild. I didn't know about that. I appreciate you letting me know. Oh, I lied. I do have something else written here for Nintendo.
Okay.
Key cards, everybody's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Are they ideal? No. But is it at least something shiny you can put up on a shelf?
Yes.
Is it at least a cart that you are technically insert? Yeah, I am not condoning key cards.
We're not supporting them and we're not condoning them. They are what they are, and it is what it is.
I am simply just saying that at least it's still a physical product
that you can show on your shelf here.
Yeah.
Because you have some Nintendo Switch 2 games there that I bet are key cards.
Oh, they both are. So I have Disgaea 7 as well, but I have Madden 26 that is absolutely a key card.
It probably says it on the front there.
And no, it looks like Hades 2 is not a key card.
Let me see. It should say it right on the front.
Because there's nothing on the bottom. Okay,
Yeah.
Hades 2 I think is actually...
I don't know.
Because it has a little key icon right there on the
card. Okay, yeah.
I'll buy it. Okay.
Oh, that's the download for the soundtrack.
I stand corrected. Hades 2
Hades Nuts
is actually all on the cart. Okay.
What do I have? I have Pocopia.
Key card.
And Legends ZA.
Legends ZA. That a key card?
I don't recall. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't want to spend a ton of time on that. I just wanted to point out that at least it's still some kind of physical product. I have what I labeled as the "but Steam" argument.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, Steam has always been digital.
Yeah.
It has never had any sort of physical thing. And secondly, Steam is always, not literally always, but they often run sales for their stuff. Which personally, when I do buy digital on, it's usually PC, and they're pretty generous with their sales.
Mm-hmm.
And here's
for sure.
And here's the big thing with Steam. Excuse me. The big thing with Steam. PC is an open platform. So if you don't like something on Steam, whether it's prices, UI, whatever, you can go to other places like GOG. You can go to Epic.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's more. I'm not thinking of, but you have other options that you can go to. You're not specifically locked to one singular store. Now, are they going to find a way to have places like Walmart and Target sell codes? Sure. But you're not going to be locked so much to one particular thing, which, would you consider that a monopoly? Or a monopoly territory?
It gets there, and then especially with the Steam machine coming out. I mean, I don't know how much of that how much you know about the Steam machine.
I know that the super base model is going to be about 1,000.
Well, apparently it got released at the end of June. The Steam machine officially launched in June 29th, 2026.
Oh.
With the base 512 gigabyte model priced at $1,049.
And then 1,300 or so
for the 2 terabyte. At least it's 2 terabytes.
Okay. And that's the problem with the Steam machine. It's good hardware for what it is. It just had the unfortunate happenstance of releasing at a time when all these glorious data centers are eating up all the RAM, and their computing prices has to be freaking skyrocketed to the roof. So I don't really have anything else on Steam specifically. I just wanted to mention that because I've seen people make that argument.
Right. When Steam started becoming very popular, I saw the writing on the wall pretty clearly. And then when Xbox redid their Game Pass and made it a whole lot better to have the Game Pass where you get day one releases, they start giving you better games. I knew that everything was going to eventually shift to all digital. And that seems to be the trend because PlayStation's going to go all digital. Steam is already all digital.
They've always been that.
Oh, yeah. But, well, nobody sells computer games anymore. Like, you can't buy a computer game on a disc.
There are specific computer game manufacturers like limited run games.
That's totally different.
But those are exceptions.
Right. Those are totally different.
You don't have manufacturing.
Right. Nobody makes PC games on disc anymore.
Nope.
Which is a shame. I mean, I have boxes of PC games that I love looking at. Like,
I have one PC game, and I will show you what it is. Well, one physical PC game.
Like I had all of the Warcraft the World of Warcraft ones. I had the original. I had the Burning Crusade. I had Wrath of the Lich King. What was the next one? After Wrath of the Lich King was that?
Oh God, Cataclysm?
I think so. I don't remember. But yeah, I had 4 of them. But yeah, I had the boxes and everything. I mean, I wound up selling them because I'm like, what am I going to do with them? Someone for $5. I'm like, you do know that this is just a showpiece.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with this. I mean, you can probably still install the game from the disc.
But why?
Why?
It's on.
Why? Because you're then going to have to do a 4-hour update.
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't find it, but it's Rayman 2. It's that game you told me to get whenever we were at Half-Price Books.
Okay, yeah.
It's Rayman 2 for PC. So, I have other media type sales.
Okay.
So, personally, just from my, I guess, rose-tinted glasses, I will say that I personally feel like video games, in my mind, would be the last to go all digital.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting tidbit, music. As of 2026, According to
IFPI.org?
yeah,
Yeah, that's a PDF. That's on a website.
Okay, well, still. According to the IFPI, which is Global Music Reporting, 16.6% of sales last year are still physical. That is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel music would have been the very first to go all digital. Because think about it, when you're doing something like...
Well, when you look at this graph...
Look at this graph! I had to.
You could see, so it starts in 1999 when it's all physical, and then, I don't know what this performance rights means, that starts creeping in, but then the download starts creeping in.
Scroll down to page 4, that's the...
yeah, I do believe that's where I am with it, where the graph is Global Market Overview 2025. But yeah, like, it starts like all red, and some of this pink starts creeping in, and then you start getting into the downloads, and then, like, once streaming came in 2011, it just blew everything up, knocked the red all the way down, the physical copies. Yep. So I am not surprised that... I am surprised that they still do make CDs. I know...
Right. That's what I was trying to say.
Best Buy has stopped selling CDs and DVDs and physical video games and everything. Best Buy has completely stopped selling all that stuff.
Walmart's headed there.
Yeah, Walmart's heading there. You can walk into a GameStop and be lucky to find some video games. It's all merchandise now.
Yeah, because, like, why I'm surprised there's still 16% music sales is, okay, I gotta correct myself. I said last year, this is as of 2026.
No, it's 2025.
But, did I read that wrong? Regardless, still. When you're doing things like mowing the lawn, washing dishes, working on a computer, showering, whatever, you listen, you don't need to see.
Right.
So I am surprised that is not in the single digits.
A 16 is still really low.
That's not too far off from the 20% supposedly for Sony, though.
True.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Video games are something you generally have to look at.
Right.
Like, so that's why it's shocking to me how little difference there is between those two numbers. Especially, when you have things like Spotify, Apple Music, all those different programs that...
But that type is totally dominating it. Like, that is at 69.6% streaming, 2.5% downloads. What's this other one? I don't know what synchronization means. I'm going to have to read this article.
Okay.
To find out what these other things mean. But yeah.
But my point is, I feel like streaming should be at least 80 or higher.
Right.
But I just found that fascinating. So there's not a whole lot more on that. I just found that statistic fascinating.
Okay.
So, this one really, really blew me out of the water. Now, I don't know if you like to read. Do you read books?
I do.
So, according to tonerbuzz.com, books are doing better physically. Significantly better. Up to 2025, paperback and hardback books accounted for 75.9% of book sales. Now, I'm assuming that's globally. I'm not sure, but that is wild to me.
Oh, yeah.
Books are at almost 80%. Does that surprise you like it surprises me?
No, because I know people that would rather have the physical book in their hand than trying to read it on like a Kindle or something like that. Well, here, so in this article that you linked to me, there's this popularity contest: ebooks versus print books. Are print books still popular? So according to the YouGov survey in 2025 on reading habits and formats, physical books remain the most commonly used format, even as digital and audio continue to grow. 46% of Americans read at least one physical book. 24% read at least one digital book. Well, this is 2 book readers. So you laugh about that number because that's not 46% of all Americans. That's 46% of the people that took this survey, which are readers.
Which are, a little biased.
Yeah, I mean, but no, people who are reading physical books. Because 24% read at least one digital book, 23% listen to an audio book, so 29% use more than one format. 23% read only physical books, 5% preferred only digital books, and 2% listen to audiobooks only.
See, that's wild to me. I feel like audiobooks would be a lot higher. Like, for the same reason I mentioned about the music.
But, I mean, that's only... the 23% listen to at least one audiobook sounds about right. I've tried to listen to an audiobook when I'm at work. There's just too much other stuff going on that I can't follow it. It's just too much going on, so I'm like, I can't do this.
So, I messaged my wife about this particular thing because she likes to read.
Okay.
And I said to her, that I'm shocked, yada yada, the number, yada yada. She goes, yeah, people love physical book copies. Nothing like holding a book in your hands and getting lost in the pages. And my response to that was, I just wonder why the numbers are so drastically different between that and physical video games when effectively the same thing for video games.
Yeah.
Like, you're holding a controller. Okay, This is a DS, but you have to hold it, get lost in the game instead of the pages. So why? Maybe the demographic. I would be interested. I should have thought about this. The demographic of who reads versus who plays games, personality traits, and stuff like that. I'm sure that really matters. So I'm sure there's not a lot of people reading books that will scream about nasty things they did to your mom in a Call of Duty lobby.
Mm-hmm.
So, you get what the point I'm making here. It's like the different types of people. Impatient people, I suppose. Because it absolutely takes patience to read a book through.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're specifically talking about not comic books, you don't got pretty pictures to look at.
In the U.S., roughly 2/3 of the population play video games regularly. The audience is evenly split by gender, with the average player being 36 years old.
Okay.
Really? That is taking mobile platforms too.
Oh, sure. And, a whole lot of filthy casuals play on the mobiles. We love you casuals, just saying.
In the U.S., about 50 to 55% of adults read at least one book annually, with women reading more than men. And middle-aged adults, 45 to 54, showing the highest rates of non-reading. Oh, I thought that was going to be the other way around. So, yes, a lot of people read books and stuff like that.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, we can move on from the book thing.
Yeah.
Number 6, the Take-Two CEO comment. So, do you know about this?
I do not.
So, what we're going to do is, we're going to click play here, and you and play it on yours.
Okay.
We're going to watch it, but for them, I'm just going to clip the video in real quick so they can watch it.
Have you seen it?
Is it done? Is it ready?
Done? You don't play a lot.
Still rendering?
I'm not a gamer.
We were talking about this earlier. You don't play a lot. So
Not a lot. I don't play video games.
At all?
No, I do not. I'm not the consumer in chief. I am responsible
so when they show you the game,
right?
Do you offer notes on the game? How does that work?
I share my opinions pretty openly. I think being the consumer in chief in an entertainment business as the CEO is probably a mistake. I wasn't the consumer in chief in the movie business or the television business or the music business, even though, I certainly can read a script and I definitely love music and I was a musician. That's not my role. My role is to attract, retain, and motivate the best talent in the business and then get out of their way.
So
Go
ahead, Jimmy. Since you're seeing this for the first time.
That's honestly everything he said. I can get behind. It's not a surprise that he's not a gamer. He is the CEO of this company, so his job is not to be consuming the product like he says. His job is to find the talent and let them do their thing.
Sure, but that's still extremely out of touch. You have to have some level of intel, some level of respect for what you do, because all that is to me is a corporate, greedy, money-hungry slob. To be fair, I am certain that there are a lot more CEOs in those types of situations that do the same thing he does. He's just, I applaud him for being honest, at least. Go ahead.
That's not how I'm seeing this. So like he said, he's not the target for these things. So And then he's also not saying, this is how you're going to do it. He's finding the talent, he's finding the people that know what they're doing, hiring them and letting them do what they have to do. He's not standing over their shoulders telling them, no, I think this is how it should be. Because he knows that's not his thing.
I respectfully disagree. I think you should have some level of interest in the product you are a part of.
I mean, of course, yeah, but that's not necessary to be the head person in charge.
So, next thing here is, and we don't need to spend a ton of time on this section, it's just something here, places that will suffer. So, the obvious one, let's get that out of the way. Retro indie shops.
Oh, yeah.
Mom and pop shops, brick and mortar, whatever you want to call them. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to kill them.
Yeah, because they will not have a product to sell.
No. And one thing, because I know I've also seen people make the argument, but those companies don't make sales on used games. And that is true. However, look at it this way. I am willing to bet every paycheck for the next year that there has been at least one person that has went out and bought a new system because of some used games they bought. Like,
yes.
They really wanted to play that game. So, and what about the goodwill? What about the camaraderie? What about by you effectively saying, screw you, to retro and indie game shops?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that's going to help you. So, what are your thoughts on that?
It is definitely a slap in the face to those stores, and then this goes back to the class action lawsuit that was filed against Sony about something similar to this. So Sony used to allow physical stores, to sell physical key cards.
Okay.
With a key to then get the game off of the PlayStation Store. The problem is the stores would then put those on sale so that you can get it for cheaper than you can get in like the PlayStation Store. So PlayStation stopped allowing that, which kind of turned them into a monopoly, which is basically what going all digital is going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to turn them into, but it's not really a monopoly because you can go to other systems to play games. Right,
But
right. I know.
I get the argument you're making.
But that's why it's not technically going to be a monopoly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then people filed a lawsuit over this because you could have bought Horizon Forbidden West for $20 at the store, or you had to pay $60 online, which we actually encountered.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. So I bought. Here we go. I'll grab it. So
Are you sure you can find it?
Yeah, I only have a hand. Here it is. So, Devil May Cry Special Edition.
Devil May Cry 5 Definitive Edition, is that what it says?
Special Edition, but
Okay,
I bought this at the exchange for like $15 or $20.
Right.
And so
they only had one copy.
Yeah. And
it has online cooperative multiplayer.
Yes, and so we were like, let's play that. And so Jimmy went to look online, and it was full price. Last I checked, it was $39.99.
Oh, it's still 30. Well, I was it more? No, it was $39.99 when I looked.
That's what I remember.
I have since found it, physical copy.
Oh, you did?
I believe so. Yeah. I think I might have paid $20 for it.
Okay.
But yeah, like and that's what's going to happen
Yes.
when they go all digital. Is the only place
Yes.
you can buy games now is from Sony.
And even if you go to somewhere like Walmart or Target to get a card, it's still going to be the price that Sony has it for on their...
I don't know if they're even going to do that. I don't know if they're going to...
My guess is that it's still going to be that same price that Sony has it set for.
I don't know, because the storefront can set their prices for that kind of stuff.
I don't know the inner workings of how that's set up, but your
Mm-hmm.
point. I get your point. Now, I have yet to go to a convention. See, well, we went to that card thing, which I thought was going to be a convention type thing, but it was just a hot mess. So, to me, conventions are the types of places where you don't just go to buy. You go there to see people, to interact, to see cool things, take pictures, have a good old time. It's not just for buying video games. So when you remove this, eventually that stuff is... What?
Try to face that way a little bit more, because you're looking here talking.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
We're professionals, guys.
Yeah.
But when you take away that element of physical games, is that going to affect conventions and shit right away? No. But once you stop that, that is slowly going to fizzle out, and when you do have people coming there with games, they're going to be even more astronomically expensive than they already are, because now there's literally none.
Right. I think I misunderstood what you were talking about.
Okay, that's fair.
I see your point. So there would be nothing new to show, is kind of what you're saying.
Yes.
Because all you're going to have is all of your retro games, even current games that they don't make anymore.
And I still think that would make retro prices go up even higher.
Oh, for sure.
Even though effectively retro games would not be affected by this decision anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to artificially inflate that market because, video games.
Everybody wants physical, and everybody wants physical back, because I got all these digital games now. I want some physical ones.
So, like, your $5 copy of Madden 20 is going to be worth $10 now.
Yeah.
So, and so, before we move on to the next one, I do have, now, hear me out, this is a weird scenario. In my head, it makes sense.
Okay.
So, it's the third paragraph there on number 7. So, I'm going to read this out as I wrote it. I have an odd scenario. Say it was determined that all restaurants have to become ghost kitchens. You're going to lose out on all the customer interactions. Sure, you'll get sales, but you're going to miss out on the crucial part of community togetherness. In this scenario, not being able to sit at a table is not buying a physical game. Online retailers for codes are the ghost kitchens.
Okay, I think you're using the term ghost kitchens wrong. Ghost kitchens are when there's a restaurant on, like, Uber Eats that is not actually a restaurant. It is like Denny's.
Fair enough.
So
but
you're talking about, like, takeout only.
But yeah, perfect example. The movie theater up by where we live. Literally right next to it, there's that chicken restaurant.
Yes.
Do you know that place?
I know.
Have you been in there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You don't talk to anybody.
No.
Something like that is what I'm talking about. Sorry, I used the wrong term, my bad.
Okay.
But something like that is what I'm talking about.
So it's like, well, I mean, it's McDonald's. Go to McDonald's now.
You could still get a cashier if you want to.
You can if you go to chicken. There is somebody that would do the same thing.
I've literally never been in there where I've seen somebody as a cashier.
Oh yeah, they don't stand there. Like, they don't stand there at McDonald's either.
Well,
you have to come up to the counter and wait, but somebody will come over.
But regardless, you got the idea of the argument I'm making.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking more like just takeout only kind of places.
Yeah.
Where there is nowhere to sit down, and even just with your friends having a chat.
Yeah.
Because I love chicken. Chicken, great food.
They're expensive as hell.
It is expensive, but it's delicious.
So the last thing I have here, I titled this number 8. Sailing the 7 seas. We all know what that means. So, for me personally, and you, I'm sure, we're not against emulation. We've done it. When I see the item, bring back Devil May Cry. When I see the item, I am so much more inclined to sit there and want to play it because I see this glorious looking item,
and it looks so good.
Instead of a hard drive with a whole shitload of games on it.
And the other thing is you really can only emulate up to a certain point.
Well, no. That depends on your hardware.
Right, unless you have like a supercomputer, you can't even emulate a PlayStation 3.
Not true. That piece of junk can not at good frame rate. It will emulate.
So then, no, you can't. If you can't play it, it's not doing it.
But Still.
So yes, I mean
that doesn't really hurt my argument.
Right. Oh no. I'm just saying that's another aspect. So
Sure.
like if we take away all the physical, you can't emulate anything because you don't have the hardware to do it.
Oh, I think I see what you're saying, because really they're taking away. No one's going to have a computer capable of emulating for the
PS4 and the PS5 once they
Okay.
become retro and emulation starts for them. I mean, maybe they will, but I don't see computers.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I still.
But yes, no, I'm not arguing your point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. Yeah. So if
my
I
copy
want,
of Final Fight right here.
if I want to play a Super Nintendo game, I would have to bust out my tube TV, pull out my Super Nintendo, hook it up, hope it works, hope it plugs in, when I could just play it on my computer.
You almost sound like you support that. But here's the thing. You didn't mention the magic feeling of
Oh no,
just...
I get it. I get it. If I have the hardware, I'll try and play it on the hardware, but it is for that kind of stuff, it's so much easier to just do it on your computer.
So, easier, yes, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same. No, I will 100% agree with you on that.
Another thing, when you go and you're pirating video games,
look at the camera.
I know, like, let's use the Super Nintendo for example. I know that there is however many hundreds of games, but if I'm sitting there just casually scrolling online, I'm not going to know to look for a specific game that I didn't know existed, rather than going to a store and randomly coming across, oh, hey, that looks good.
Yeah.
You know how many countless games I've discovered that I like that way?
Don't judge a Super Nintendo game by how the cover art looks.
Well,
don't judge any game by how the cover art looks.
Regardless of which system.
Yes, regardless.
But, like, I have discovered so many games that I didn't know existed simply by being in a place and seeing it on a shelf.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know. So, I mean, that's all I really have there. Again, I'm not saying go out and pirate stuff. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm simply saying... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, do you know the saying that's going around?
If buying isn't owning, pirating isn't stealing.
Yes. So, again, I'm not advocating for people to go steal video games online. I'm simply saying it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just leave that at that. So, that, all in all, is all I have here. This video this idea turned out to be less of about Sony and more about media going forward, which is fine. Everybody knows Sony is evil. Or becoming the evil bad guys. So, actually, now that I think about it, I can't believe none of us mentioned it up to this point. The whole no disc thing, I find it wholeheartedly ironic that Sony's in the position they are right now with the no disc thing, when they were on the other side of that argument 2 separate times. Mm-hmm. If we go back to the Super Nintendo days, whenever that Nintendo PlayStation was coming out, or supposed to come out, and then at the last minute, Nintendo ended up going with Philips, I think, which created
the CDI,
which created the phenomenon that we know as the PlayStation 1. And then we fast forward. You go ahead and do the other one. I know the Xbox. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the when the Xbox One was announced. They announced that yes, you will be able to buy a disc, and yes, you will be able to put it into your console. You will not be able to do anything else with it because it will be locked to that console.
Yep.
And your console will be online all the time and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of pushback against that, and Sony or Xbox backpedaled from that.
Yeah, they did.
So they backed down from that. I don't know if PlayStation is going to do the same. I think they're getting the hate, and they're just taking it.
Oh no, I unfortunately, as much as I would love to see them backpedal, I don't think they are. But my point is, it's wholeheartedly ironic that they are on the other side of the argument they won out on twice.
Yes.
And Why isn't neither Nintendo nor Microsoft really capitalizing on this? Microsoft kind of, if you want to go ahead and explain that with the Digital thing.
Oh, yes. Let me see if I can find that article I was looking at.
I say kind of because it's still a shitty solution.
I mean, it's not bad.
No, it's terrible.
No, it's not.
It's effectively the same thing as a keycard.
No, because you still have... the game is still on the disc.
Right, but the license, if you go to give it to somebody else, there goes your license. Yes, you could still give it to somebody else, but then you lose the license for it. Well, which I guess...
Because you lose the physical copy of it.
It's still... It's something, I guess.
Yes.
But I don't consider it any better than a keycard.
Let's see. This is codename Positron. Let me see if because I don't have that article that I was looking at for that.
And more particularly because I heard that it's only going to be for current and last gen.
Yeah, it's only for Xbox One and Xbox Series games.
I don't expect them to go all the way back to Xbox original, but 360 was a super popular system.
Yeah, but I think that's I want to say too much, but I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for.
Unnecessary?
Yeah, I think it's too much to expect them to do that.
Because they like to make the argument that if we add a disk drive, it's going to increase the cost of the system. That is true. But in retrospect of fear of all digital, people will pay that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to make physical games going forward, at least for this next generation, just put a disk drive on there so people can at least play the games they already have.
Right.
So that's another thing. People are going to be jaded about all these games they have.
Now I can't do anything with.
Can't do anything with them.
Mm-hmm.
What about if my older gen console breaks? This brand spanking $2,000 Xbox 1080 is... What do you mean I can't play my Xbox One games on it? You know what I mean? So there's that aspect of it too.
So under Microsoft's reported systems, players would insert a compatible Xbox One or Xbox Series S disc into a console while signed in their Microsoft account. The game would then receive a digital entitlement linked to that specific disc, potentially allowing supported titles to be played through Xbox Cloud Gaming, PCs, and handhelds. So you would be able to actually play that Xbox game on your computer or on your Steam machine or your Steam Deck or whatever.
I forget but not Steam Deck. You're thinking of Xbox has its own little.
Yeah, they do.
But cloud gaming.
Yeah, I've tried to do streaming of some PlayStation 3 titles on my PlayStation 5, and it's terrible.
Have you ever had the misfortune of playing in Google Stadia?
No, I never played the Google Stadia.
We gotta try to find one of those one day.
Oh, no, it's useless.
That's right. The service is down.
Yeah, the server's down.
But my point is that a solution? Yes, but again, I'm sorry. I still put that in the ballpark of not good enough, like the keycards.
So this plan is called Operation Positron. So Positron could become particularly important if Microsoft's next generation Project Helix consoles, that's their code name for it right now, launches without a disk drive, giving existing Xbox owners a way to carry physical libraries onto future hardware while preserving the ability to trade and resell the games. So, I mean, but Xbox is also doing a lot of bad stuff.
Such as?
The possible Positron rollout comes as Microsoft faces growing pressure over its wider Xbox reset, which has included 3,200 job cuts.
So, what I heard about the thing about that, like the job cuts, so there was some 13 or 14 layers of management.
Oh
that she didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So she says that she didn't know that. I don't know how to say her name. I apologize.
What was her name?
Asha something. Asha Sharma, was that right? I don't buy that she didn't know that.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you don't know that.
Well, I mean, she may have... She's new to this job. Like, she hasn't been there for very long.
Right, Phil Spencer was before her.
So, I mean, she may have gotten into this job and not realized that that's how deep it was.
So, I do know that when Phil Spencer was head of Microsoft, or the Xbox division specifically, I know that they went studio buying crazy.
Oh yeah.
And Sony definitely had their moments too, but I know that they did that.
But they are spinning off some studios that they have bought. Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions.
I heard about that.
They are going to become independent again.
Yeah, I heard about those two.
Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership, so they're gonna basically sell them off.
Okay.
But yeah, so they are cutting a lot of jobs, and it sounds like it's going to be mostly management positions like that.
What I was referencing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything more to say on that. I just wanted to bring that up. So, all in large, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Because I'm pretty much done.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was Nintendo adjusting their prices. So, if you go to GameStop,
okay,
and you look at buying a new copy of the new Yoshi game that is, I guess, out.
Yoshi what?
It is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that.
So that is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive.
Okay.
That you can buy new at GameStop for $69.99.
Physical?
Yep. That is new. Digital is $56.99.
Interesting.
And I believe that is a trend that they are going to, because there was some other game that I was reading this article, and it was announced that this game is also going to be $10. They say cheaper, but I say cheaper digitally, but I say more expensive physically, because they're raising the price of physical games to $69.99.
So what you're suggesting is they're kind of lying? Or
I mean, they're spinning it in a way that makes them look good.
So, but
I mean, they had raised the prices of their physical games to $69.99. Everybody's doing that. You want a brand new good game? It is going to be $70.
The big boy consoles, some of them are reaching even higher than that.
Well, yeah, that's like special editions and stuff like that.
Well, no, not necessarily. There's $80 games. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be $80 for the normal, for the base. True.
And then there's the $100 special edition that is already all digital. We can put up my meme here. Gamers, pre-order 35 million copies of $100 all digital only version of GTA 6. Sony, we will stop making physical media now. How did this happen? Maybe because you bought 35 million copies of a digital only thing? I mean...
Wait, Jimmy, I just realized we're contributing to the all digital future. Do you know how?
How?
All of our notes are digital.
No! Bring back pen and paper. Bring back the typewriter.
But you yell at me when I do that.
I don't yell at you when you have your printed notes.
Yes,
you're just like,
do.
look at my notes. I got these notes.
It's like I have to let them know that they exist. Well, all right. I guess let's go ahead and end this here. I feel like this video has been a little long in the tooth here.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, everyone. We are going to go ahead and call this a day. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yay! And this is how we share games on PlayStation.
Thank you. To be good.
Thank you everyone for watching the video.
And if you haven't already, please be sure to hit the subscribe button.
Also, don't forget to turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload.
Have a great day and keep on gaming.